What if I told you that one of the biggest Pi network shakeups just happened? And it could either crash the price or spark something massive. BitMart just slammed the brakes on Pi coin trading. Banxa said goodbye to Pi too. And now, everyone's whispering the same thing. Is this the beginning of the end, or just the storm before a huge Pi comeback? Oh, it gets better. Because while the doors are closing on some fronts, Huobi just dropped a cryptic message that could flip everything upside down, and guess who's showing up at Consensus 2025? Yeah, you know who, the one and only Nicholas. But here's the real question we're diving into today. What does all this mean for the Pi price? Could we really see Pi crash to dust? Or is this the setup for a bigger moonshot? Buckle up because we're unpacking every detail, decoding every move, and laying down what's really going on behind the scenes. Let me ask you this. Do you think Pi Network can recover from this crash, or is it game over? Drop your answer in the comments right now. Also, if you missed my previous videos, I've covered everything from the main net launch to the latest migration update. Link is in the description below. Don't miss it. Now type Pi Network to the moon in the comments and tell me your country. Let's see how global the Pi army really is. And if you love Pi and want me to keep these updates flowing like sweet crypto nectar, don't forget to like, share, and smash that subscribe button. Join my Telegram and Facebook page as well. The links are down below. Disclaimer: this video is for entertainment purposes only. Nothing here is investment advice. Always do your own research. Alright pioneers, let's get started. The past few weeks have felt like a roller coaster with no breaks for the Pi Network community. At first, everything seemed to be lining up. The open mainnet was finally live and excitement was in the air. Then boom! Out of nowhere, BitMart suspended Pi trading, and almost as if coordinated, Banxa decided it was time to pull the plug on Pi support too. It was like someone hit pause on the Pi dream right as we were about to hit play. One moment Pi was hovering close to the $3 mark, promising, buzzing, filled with hope. Then just like that, the value nosedived to around 62 cents. For many pioneers who had been holding on to their coins, waiting patiently through the KYC hurdles and migration delays, this felt like a gut punch. Let's start with BitMart, the first domino to fall. The exchange had been one of the few places where pioneers could trade their IOU Pi tokens, but now, it's been over a month since they froze all Pi-related trading. Why? It all comes down to something called KYB, Know Your Business. BitMart has been waiting on the Pi core team to complete this process, so they can move forward with the promised one exchange between the IOU version and real mainnet Pi. But the silence has been deafening. No tweets, no blog posts, not even a vague reply. Influencers like Dr. Altcoin even reached out directly to BitMart on X, Twitter rebranded, asking for updates on when withdrawals would be possible. But so far, crickets! And that silence is loud. It's making the Pi community uneasy. If BitMart won't provide clarity and the core team isn't commenting either, where does that leave us? Thousands of users are just stuck, unable to trade or move their Pi, wondering what comes next. It's like being locked in a room with your own money and no key. Then there's Banxa. This move honestly caught everyone off guard. Banxa had been one of the few fiat on-ramps that supported Pi, letting people buy Pi coins easily. Now, that support is gone. No announcements, no clear reasoning, just removed. Quietly, like someone erasing a message they regret sending. Some people in the Pi community began speculating. Was it a security issue, regulatory pressure, or did Banxa lose confidence in Pi's roadmap altogether? None of these are confirmed, of course, but the lack of transparency doesn't help calm the nerves. What's worse is that losing Banxa isn't just a small inconvenience, it cuts off an important bridge between traditional finance and Pi coin. That matters because for Pi to grow, it needs that kind of accessibility. It needs payment gateways, platforms that let people on board easily. Without that, you're left with holders who can't spend, traders who can't buy, and new users who can't even get in. And let's not even talk about the optics. When two platforms pull back within the same time window, it sends a message to the broader crypto world. Something's not right. Whether that's true or not, doesn't even matter at this point. Perception is everything. And the current perception is shaky. But wait, just when it felt like Pi was spiraling down a black hole of bad news, something interesting happened. Huobi, one of the major global exchanges, started posting curious updates about Pi. The messages were cryptic, but optimistic. Stuff like, hold on to your low-price Pi, something big is coming. That's not something an exchange says lightly. It sparked a wave of speculation. Could Huobi be preparing for full Pi integration? Maybe even a listing of the real Pi mainnet token? We don't have confirmation yet, but the fact that Huobi is even talking about Pi is enough to make the community raise its eyebrows in a good way this time. And it didn't stop there. All eyes are now on Consensus 2025. This isn't just another crypto expo, it's the biggest annual gathering of blockchain innovators, developers, and projects across the globe. And guess who's on the speakers list? That's right, Nicholas Kakalis himself, the co-founder of Pi Network. You know, this isn't going to be just a casual appearance. Nicholas doesn't show up without purpose. If he's stepping onto the Consensus stage, it means something major is probably in the pipeline. Maybe it's a new utility announcement, maybe it's about the roadmap ahead. Or, who knows, maybe it's the long-awaited news about exchange listings that everyone's been dreaming of. That appearance could be the catalyst Pi desperately needs right now. With the recent blows from BitMart and Banxa, the timing couldn't be more perfect. It's kind of poetic, actually. Just as the skeptics are starting to chant Pi is dead, the potential for a resurrection emerges from the shadows. The community is still here. The believers are still holding on. And if Huobi's hints are legit, and Consensus brings real news, we might just be on the verge of a serious comeback. But let's be real, it's not going to be easy. The trust hit from Banxa and BitMart won't vanish overnight. The core team needs to start communicating more clearly. The community deserves updates, not mysteries. The potential is still there, no one's denying that. But potential without execution just turns into frustration. What's needed now is transparency, rebuilding trust. Making moves that show the world Pi isn't just another stalled crypto dream. The foundation is strong, the user base is massive. The utility experiments are ongoing, but until there's a clear bridge to liquidity and platforms start opening doors instead of closing them, skepticism will continue to grow. Still, if there's one thing we've learned about Pi Network, it's that it's full of surprises. Just when everyone thinks the story is written, a new chapter unfolds. Whether it's Nicholas on the stage, Huobi making big plays, or the community rallying harder than ever, this isn't the end, it's a plot twist. So don't write Pi off just yet. Things are moving. Slowly? Yes. Frustratingly slow at times? Absolutely. But behind the scenes there are gears turning. Maybe, just maybe, that next big gear is about to click into place. So, what just happened? BitMart hit pause on Pi trading, Banxa quietly walked away, the Pi price took a hard dip, but even in the chaos, hope is brewing. Huobi's mysterious messages and the upcoming appearance at Consensus 2025 might just spark the comeback we've all been waiting for. If Pi survives this moment, it might come back stronger than ever. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more honest, clear, and fun Pi Network updates like this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. That's how you support the channel and keep this Pi conversation going strong. Now let me ask you, do you think Huobi is going to list real Pi soon? Or will Nicholas drop a game-changing update at Consensus 2025? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you have any questions or want to share your opinion, I'm always in the comments reading and replying. Thanks for watching, Pioneers. See you in the next video.